Hi there, welcome to this Photoshop 6 tutorial. In this tutorial I'll show you how to create a video on the timeline in Photoshop 6. As you saw, I just pressed the button to start a timeline. In that timeline all the layers of your Photoshop project will be shown with the exact names and layers and groups, etc. As you created in your Photoshop project. For that reason, it's a good idea to have a Photoshop project in groups, so you have a whole bunch of layers in one group, so you can either make sure that all the layers are shown or that you only see a group, which give you a better overview of the timeline itself. As you see here, the group 5, there's only a gray bar, and for the layers that are visible at the moment and the groups that are unfolded, you'll see the purple line, which is the exact layer as you have in your layer screen. As you can see, you can shorten the images or the layers in the timeline. That's called in frames per second. If you grab the end and just slid it to the left or the right, you can make sure that one image has been shown longer than the other, and duration has been shown when you drag them. At this point I'm dragging all the layers to have the exact same length, because I want to create an animation after a certain amount of time. At this point I'm setting them real short, but later in this video I make them a bit longer. The only difference that it makes is the longer the line, or the longer this purple line has been available, the longer it will be shown in the video you're creating. If you see that blue icon on top of the timeline with that red indicator line downwards, that is the exact moment which is been shown in the video or in the timeline at this point. All the layers that are shorter than the red line won't be shown. All the layers available within the marker are shown at this point. You can zoom in at the bottom, I'll show you that in a bit, so you can see it frame by frame. This is what we're gonna do when we create the moving thing that I'm gonna show you in a bit. As you can see, I have everything in one group. I've copied the group and then merged them, so I can play around with all the layers at the same time without having to adjust all layers bit by bit. So this is the end of the original layer. Here we're gonna start. We're gonna create a sort of transformation to make this image crop to a real small size, and then move to the right bottom corner. As you can see, I've created that layer to one frame. I copied it a bunch of times. It's at this point it's 10 copies, so 11 frames total, but I'm gonna make it even more later on. I'll show you that in a bit. For now it's not really important. As you can see here, I selected a layer to transform, scale it down. That's the position where I want it to end. As you can see, I'm grabbing copy 10 at this point, so that's the last image in the series, and I want it to be ending right over there. Then I select the middle layer. In this case it's copy number 6. I do the exact same thing again, scale it down. This is going to be at 50% of the time, so it needs to be between the smallest one and the biggest original frame. So crop it down, and then it's time to move him. It's gonna move from there all the way here to the right bottom, so I'll put it somewhere in the middle, let's say over here. Seems about right. Let it go. Then we go to the next one. As you can see, it's kind of the idea to divide the transformation over an even number of frames. So that way, the more frames you have, the more smooth the animation will be going. So then I work from the smallest frame at this point back up to the 50% marker. That's the RDD shown in the middle here. Basically what I'm gonna do is crop down layer by layer, but make sure in this case I'm going from the big one to the smaller ones, that each frame will be just slightly smaller than the one before, and in the same time I move it a little bit towards the end goal. It's gonna be going there, put it somewhere, yeah, here, looks decent. Do it with the next ones, and I keep continuing this process all the way to the bottom, and of course all the way to the top. I'm gonna skip that out a bit. As you've seen, it's gonna take quite a while to have it all in the video. It would be too boring. I just keep doing the same thing over and over again. After I'm done, you'll have all those layers you copied in one big pile at the exact same moment. Well, that's not what we want. We want frame by frame to be shown, so we simply click one, drag it a bit forward, click the other, drag it before that, and so on and so on. At this point, I'm even gonna add up that I want it to lower to the bottom of the screen, so I just duplicate these layers, the last one, drag it a bit in front. As you can see, I've created it to be 2 frames because it was just slightly too fast, simply by selecting the end of the frame and dragging it to the right side, making it from 1 frame to 2 frames. I want it all the way down here. Should be good enough. As you can see, I have a transparent background now. That's my background layer. Drag it to the end, and then you'll have the black background again. I'm gonna use this to edit in Premiere Pro for the video that I'm gonna make. And that's why I use that black background, because I'm gonna show you a little trick that you won't be seeing any backgrounds anymore. Well, obviously it's not really a trick, but just simple screen mode. After you're all done, you'll have to export it or render as a video. I go to the settings, here it's all been shown. I want it to be an HD video, so I'm select that one. Preset frame rate, I want it to be maximum, of course. The higher the frame rate, the better the graphics will be, or the quality will stay. And this one, what I'm gonna do with that, square one, should be okay. And there I will render the video after I titled it. Let's say we call this intro. Render the video, and you're done. Please click on me shown in the screen to see the video how to add this in Premiere Pro to an intro video of your movies to upload later on to YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.